Craig Macheda blasted a 95-ball 100, his second of the season, to give his Glamorgan side a fine start to their latest LV County Championship match at home to Northamptonshire. It was a day when the runs came at more than 5 per over. The morning session in Cardiff was lost to the weather and Glamorgan was soon struggling after being put in. Jacques Rudolph was bang in front to acting captain David Willey before Will Bragg was removed in the same way by Rory Kleinfeldt. That left the home side on 19 for 2, leaving it to Ben Wright in his first appearance of the summer and Colin Ingram to dig their side out of a developing hole. That they did by adding 46 runs for the third wicket, taking the total to 65 in the 20th over of the day. And that was when Wright, on 22, was trapped in front by Azarullah. There have been some differing pitches at the SWALEC Stadium so far this season, the last one produced coming with some extra pace and bounce. This was an excellent one, which offered a good battle between bat and ball and plenty of boundaries throughout what was a thoroughly entertaining day. In fact, in the 72 overs we had, there were 52 fours and 2 sixes, an incredible number. Ingram struck 8 in his 45. An innings ended by Willey, the ball perhaps keeping a little low, as he was another to go LBW, now with his side on 92 for 4. That became 107 for 5 when Maurice Chambers, returning to the Northamptonshire side, pulled off a fine catch off his own bowling to dismiss Mark Wallace for half a dozen. The latest thing in cricket appears to be using attack as the best form of defence, and that's certainly what Chris Cook did. There were some expensive overs to be found in this day, Cook making the most of anything loose to help add 43 runs for the 6th wicket with the in-form Graham Wagg. The all-rounder had made a runnable 17 when he edged Azarullah to Kleinfeldt to leave with Glamorgan on 150 for 6 and not out of the woods just yet. But in came Macheda, a man who began this campaign with a brilliant maiden 100 against Surrey at this very ground. He wasted no time at all in putting bat to ball, unleashing some classy shots to all parts as he began to dominate the scoring. This was just the innings his side required, one filled with positive intent from the 23-year-old who's on a season-long loan spell from Somerset. It's one he started ever so well, this ending up being the best innings of his career. Cook, meanwhile, eased to a 50 off 68 balls, an innings containing 7 fours, and he was soon adding more of those to his tally as a partnership of real meaning began to develop. At times, the shots produced were more akin to the one-day arena than the championship, those at the ground being royally entertained. Cook's innings was brought to an end on 73 as he edged a cut to Kleinfeldt via Adam Rossington after adding 108 runs with Macheda, who'd raced to his own half-century off 57 balls. And he kept on going, at one point taking Josh Cobb, who'd taken that wicket, for 4 successive fours. It was becoming something of an assault from the all-rounder, who once in decided he was going to keep on hitting. This was turning out to be an exhilarating innings from a very talented player, one who is making the most of his chances with the Welsh county. He helped the total move into the 300s in just the 61st over of the innings. It was brilliant to watch. Northamptonshire, to their credit, kept plugging away, and Kleinfeldt won the 5th LBW of the day to remove Andrew Salter for 8. But all that did was bring in Rory Smith for his first innings of the season. He started to score even more freely than his partner, who was by now closing in on a terrific ton. That was made off only 95 balls with 17 fours, including this one, and a 6 included, and he put on 63 runs in just 8 overs with Smith, the total moving quickly onto 367. Smith striking the second 6 of the day, Kleinfeldt being pulled into the distance by the young Glaswegian. Macheda's brilliance came to an end with a career best score of 107. He was always going to go down while attacking, and he gave Carl Kurtzer a rare wicket by picking out Willey at long on. The innings was brought to a conclusion in the next over, Michael Hogan holing out to Willey again, this time off Kleinfeldt, Smith being left on a 49 which had occupied only 33 deliveries. 221 runs were scored after tea. So Glamorgan were all out for 371, the runs coming at 5.18 per over. Northamptonshire being left with just 1 over to see out before stumps were drawn, one successfully negotiated by the night watchman Azarullah. We can only hope for equal entertainment on day 2.